Elton John is a rock legend, but recently he rocked the boat backstage. Here with more is Carlos Greer. What happened with Elton?
So, it was a huge weekend. It was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Elton was there to honor Brian Wilson, the legendary Beach Boys founder. And he was a little upset. He was behaving like a diva in typical Elton John fashion. We've heard these stories before about him. And so he was backstage, and we're told that he threw a bit of a hissy fit. A source told me that he was saying, "What's wrong with you guys? You don't know what you're doing." But my favorite part is that he said, "My plane is waiting." And so what was happening, I guess the show, it was a bit delayed. I was actually there, but it was only delayed like 20 minutes, but it was 20 minutes too long for Elton John.
So he has his private plane waiting outside, somewhere in Los Angeles at the Peacock Theater. And after 20 minutes, he's already getting a little antsy. That's classic diva.
Yeah, well, saying 20 minutes, so keep in mind, it's the whole show. Like Elton, he performed towards the end, but again, it was a bit too long for him to wait.
So he paid tribute to Brian Wilson,
yeah.
and he played one of the Beach Boys songs, "God Only Knows."
Yeah, he performed "God Only Knows." He didn't have his piano. He performed it, Mike, just Elton, and it was incredibly moving and touching performance. In fact, it was a very emotional night. Salt and Pepper was honored. They were inducted. Outkast was inducted. They gave very emotional speeches. It was incredible.
I love to hear that. And Elton John, you said, had a moment a couple decades ago where he had a little bit of a diva moment at VH1's Diva Live.
Oh yeah,
right?
Everybody knows this story. So in 1999, he performed with Tina Turner. You remember VH1, they used to do a show called Divas Live. He and Tina Turner were performing. She was telling him how to play Proud Mary. And she's spoken about it. So the late Tina Turner, she gave an interview with Mike Wallace back, I believe in like 2000 on 60 Minutes, because they were supposed to go on tour together, and his behavior made her cancel the tour. He stormed off stage because she was, giving him notes on how to play her song. And she said the one thing you don't do, and she learned it, you don't tell Elton how to play his piano.
Don't touch Elton's piano, definitely not. I mean, they're both legends in their own right, and this is kind of what you want to hear about, your favorite musicians. Some of that little diva behavior. The show is called Divas. I expect nothing less than a little mini meltdown from Elton.
It was definitely a time, for
he's
sure.
earned it. Well, I'm jealous you got to see the show. Thanks so much for sharing the story.
Of course.
For more on Elton and all the drama from your favorite celebrities, go to page6.com. Thanks so much.